Ever wonder how people actually build wealth? From scratch? It can feel like this big, unattainable secret, right? But here's the thing. Every single person who's ever done it, and I mean everyone, starts from the exact same place.
Right here, $0 and 0 cents. A bank account with nothing in it. No investments, no money working for you while you sleep, just nothing. This is the starting line for everybody. So it's really not about where you begin. It's about the very first move you make from this exact spot. And that first move, well, for most of us, it looks something like this. That first paycheck. Think of this as the raw material. It's the seed, right? The very first building block. But just getting the paycheck, that's not the magic trick. What you do with it, now that changes the whole game.
Okay, so how do you get from that one paycheck to, actual wealth? Let me tell you, it's not about some super complex investing strategy or getting lucky on a stock dip. Nope. It all starts with something way simpler, creating a gap. A gap between what you make and what you spend. And it all boils down to one single powerful habit.
And this is it. This is the habit, keeping a piece of what you earn. Before you pay a single bill, before you buy groceries, before anything else, you pay yourself first. You make a deal with yourself that a little slice of every dollar that comes your way is for future you. This isn't about being cheap or restricting yourself, not at all. It's about prioritizing your own future. When you do that, you create this incredible thing we'll call the wealth gap. It's that space you intentionally create between your income and your spending. And listen, this isn't just the random change left over at the end of the month. No way. This gap is the birthplace of all your future wealth. It's where the magic starts. And let's be real, it doesn't have to be a huge amount. Look at this. Maybe your income is $3,000 a month, and you manage to live on $2,700. That gap, that $300, it might not feel like a lottery win, but it is everything. That is tangible proof that you're creating capital. That's the fuel for the entire engine we're about to build. All right, so you've got the habit down. You're creating that gap every month. Awesome. But, and this is a big but, that's only half the battle. Now comes the really crucial part. You've got to protect that money. You have to give it a fighting chance to actually grow. And honestly, the best, simplest way to do that? Keep your savings in a totally separate account, out of sight, out of mind. Don't let it hang out in your checking account where it's just begging to be spent on coffee or some random impulse buy. When you separate it, you create this barrier. It's both psychological and real. It forces you to stop and think before you touch it, protecting it from just disappearing. Seriously, think of it like a shield or a vault. You're creating a sanctuary for your money where the chaos of daily life can't get to it. Because here's the bottom line. Money that's protected is money that survives, and only the money that survives gets the chance to grow. Okay, so your money is safe. It's accumulating little by little in that separate account. Now it's time for the fun part. It's time to put that money to work. We're shifting from just saving to actively growing. This is where we build the engine. And the process? It's actually super simple. Step 1, you keep doing what you're doing, saving consistently. Step 2, you move that protected money into an investment account. And step 3, you let your money get to work. From that moment forward, you're not the only one working hard anymore. You've officially hired your dollars, and they are now your employees. And I can't overstate this. This is a massive shift in how you relate to money. It's the moment you stop trading all of your time for every single dollar, and you start building a system where your money makes more money, all on its own. While you're working, while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, it's a total game changer. Now, I gotta be 100% real with you here. When you first start, it's gonna feel slow, like painfully watching paint dry slow. You look at your account and think, is this even working? It will feel almost invisible. And you know what? That is completely normal. But this is also the exact point where most people get frustrated and just quit. Don't be that person. So you're probably wondering, okay, if it's so slow, then how on earth does this small change ever turn into real wealth, right? How does a few $100 a month become life-changing money? Well, the answer is one of the most powerful, almost magical forces in the entire universe of finance. See, the growth isn't a straight line. It's a curve, an exponential curve. For the first few years, yeah, it's pretty flat, but then it starts to take off. Why? Because it's not just your money that's growing anymore. The money your money earns starts earning its own money. It's the classic snowball effect. You start a tiny snowball at the top of a really, really big hill. At first, it's small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and faster all by itself. And that brings us to the real heart of it all, the truth about this whole process. Building wealth isn't like winning the lottery. It's not this big, flashy, overnight event. It's quiet. It's built in the background, consistently, day in and day out, for years.
So if you're looking for the secret, here it is. There is no secret formula. The secret is just the sum of thousands of tiny, boring, unglamorous decisions. It's the decision to pack a lunch instead of buying one, the decision to transfer that money to your investment account, the decision to just keep going, especially when it feels like nothing is happening. It's all about consistency, one small choice after another.
When you boil it all down, building wealth from absolutely nothing comes down to these three things. Start, continue, grow. It really doesn't matter how much you start with. It just matters that you start. The power is in that very first decision. The magic happens when you keep going. And the result? Well, the result is a level of growth you probably can't even imagine right now. So the only question left is, what's your first step going to be?